welcome back to the Sherwood Urban Farm. In today's video, guys, I'm so excited, I can't tell you. I'm finally going to install drip irrigation. It's taken a while to get all the components together, and I always thought drip irrigation was going to be just so expensive and I won't be able to afford it. Look, it is not for free, but it's not as expensive as I thought. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I'm going to install my drip irrigation. It is on a budget. That's how I roll. It's on a very tight budget. So I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. I'm going to give you the cost breakdown. And then also mine is quite expensive because compared to just in-ground beds, because I have these tall raised beds. So there's the cost really comes in the little inserts and fittings and stuff. But I'm going to show you exactly how I did it or how I do it, and encourage you to do that, because if you live in South Africa, actually it seems like if you live anywhere in the world now, guys in Pennsylvania are having a drought, and where they never ever worry about water. Water is just something that we've always taken for granted, maybe not here in South Africa, but in other countries. So this method is going to save me so much in water. And I'm going to also do another video explaining the kind of watering I'm going to do. It's called pulse watering. So that will be in a separate video. But I'm so excited. So I'm going to take you guys along. I'm going to just show you how I do it. I'm going to voice over. So sorry for you guys who don't like that. It's too bad. Also, if you've been wondering where I've been for a while, there's been two things happening. I'm helping a friend start a market garden in aid of isiTembiso Babies Home here in Port Elizabeth. So we have been very busy there. Last week we installed the drip there, so I learned a lot doing it. Just her and I did it. And then I also did take a tumble while running with my dog. She ran in front of me, so I had this blue eye and this big knob in my head, and I didn't think that would be very becoming for a YouTube video. So that's where I've been. I'm going to get into it now, and I'm so excited. Let's go. I bought the 100 meter 15mm LDPE pipe and 70 T inserts and 50 elbows inserts from our local co-op. I only needed about 85 meters of pipe, but I might want to lay down drip for the clementine and mulberry trees in the front garden, so I bought more than I actually needed. I bought the Rivulus drip tape from the DIY shop online for 70 Rand for 30 meters, but the biggest expense was the inserts. I started laying the pipe from the end of the kitchen garden system and then worked my way to the drip system head by the tanks. Firstly, I cut and fit the pipe at the top of the bed using boiling water to soften the pipe so that the inserts would fit in with less effort. I plan to fit valves to each of the beds in the future, which will allow me to open and close watering to selected beds as needed. I ran out of budget and will systematically install valves over the course of the summer growing season. One can purchase stopper inserts to fit at the end of the system, but to keep costs down, I chose to fold the ends and secure that with the cable ties. It later dawned on me that I could have used elbow brackets on the ends of the drip head at the top of the beds, but I would have run out as I only ordered 50 elbows. You know, hindsight is a wonderful thing, and I just have to extend grace to myself, as this is really the first time I'm doing this kind of thing. I measured out the drip tape for the length of the beds, and then when I cut it, I made sure that I cut between the emitter slits. Otherwise, if you're going to attach it to the insert, then you're going to have a slit attached to the insert. So you just got to make sure that you are aware of where you're actually making your cut on the drip tape. In order to be a little bit more efficient, then I thought I would assemble all the heads, the drip heads at the top of the in-ground beds, and then attach the tape to it. Before I did that, before attaching the tape, I used plumber's tape. I found you have to actually wind it quite thick onto the insert and then sort of force the tape over that. You could buy the very expensive little fittings that clamp the tape onto the inserts, but that just started getting, I mean, that they're just so expensive. So I think, I can't remember, it was like 25 Rand for one, and I had, I don't know how many, like about, let's say 50. So it was just too much. So what I did was just making sure that the tape, see where that little white line is, you've got to make sure that that's facing down, because that's where the slits are, the little emitters. And then at first I thought, okay, I'll dip it into the boiling water to help it to slide over easier. But later on I realized I didn't even need to do that. And then I took a cable tie, quite a narrow one. You don't want a very wide one. And I cable tied them on just to make sure that they don't pop off. And I will show you that they do leak there. But I don't actually mind, because where they are leaking, I wouldn't mind actually having some drip there. So it really just drips out as much as it would drip out from an emitter, or the little emitter slip. So that's fine. I don't mind. But what you must pay attention to is that you want to attach the cable tie. There's like a bigger ridge on the insert, like one sort of thick ridge. You want to attach it behind that, just to make sure that it doesn't pop off. So this is not a foolproof system. I mean, if you're going to really want to do professional installation, then you would purchase those special connectors which you screw the tape to secure it on. But I just didn't have a budget for that. And then at the end of the tape, you can also purchase like a special like end thing, but I didn't bother with that. I just tied a knot, and a tiny bit leaks out at the end of the drip tape. But like I said, I actually don't mind, because it's even actually less than what the emitters are releasing. So I was fine with that. And then just using the hot water, I carried on connecting the LDPE pipe all the way down, and then sort of repeated what I've just done here. Okay, so this side of the garden was a little bit more difficult. And I mean, most people have in-ground beds, and then it's really easy to install the drip tape. But what I was doing is I would come around to every bed, and then I would either come up with a L bracket into the bed, and then by the corners I would put another L bracket and feed it sort of around the back to try and hide the pipe as much as possible. It was sort of quite difficult, specifically because I already had plants in the bed. So it would have been much easier if I didn't have any of the plants in the bed. And then, also, you're like sort of balancing over the plants and over the bed and everything. But now that it's in, it is just so amazing. And I'm so pleased with the result that I actually have got. So here we can see that the drip is actually working, but this pressure is really low. I mean, this is just the gravity-fed pressure from the one tank. Well, it's actually from both tanks, but it just is connected to the one tank. And then what was happening is that the pipe doesn't actually sort of expand as much as it should. And it was working, but it just wasn't great. Okay, it's done. All the drip and piping and everything is done in the backyard. All the beds are done, even in-ground beds. So here we go. This is my little system for now. This is everything I had. So we're going to see, of course, the mandatory leak. That's okay. So it goes along here. And then under those piece of wood, it's starting to fill. There we go. It's filled this line. It's working. That's what we want. That's all we want. I just want. So the line is not thick and full of water like it is here. Like here, it's coming in first. Well, first down there along the house. Then it comes along here, splits to the onion bed, and then to this L-shaped bed. Then it comes along here, goes up, and then it goes into this middle square bed. like that. Then it goes across the bed, down, see out there, and along here, up into this one. But now it's really losing quite a bit of pressure. Anyways, and then it comes along here, comes up into this bed, along here. But you really don't need a lot of pressure. I don't think I'll be able to run both sides of the garden though. So then it goes into this bed, and then down across the garden into this in-ground bed here by the ducks, and then under, look, I'm going to bury all of the lines. This is just I just got to make sure that everything works. So it goes then behind here by the shed, there you can see it, and then it finishes up here by the lemon tree. Now what I have found is that if I'm just using the tank's gravity fed pressure, then I can't get into this bed. The water doesn't come up here, it's just too much. So then, and also, oh, I've got to show you this as well. So it comes out of this bed, and then it comes across here and into this bed. I thought that the gravity pressure just from the tank will be enough to at least run it all the way through. I mean, I had my doubts, but it didn't, and I couldn't get up into these beds. So I had to voice over this because the wind was just so harsh. What I got this brainwave to just connect it to the pump, and then I can split it side kitchen garden in one sort of channel, and then the other channel will be to the back garden. I'm able to run both at the same time, and our tank is pumping out 4 bar. So then I can, if I'm running them both and it's got a splitter in, then essentially I'm having 2 bar coming here and 2 bar to the side. So let me go and show you what that looks like. Right, so it is temporary because I'm going to buy a Bluetooth water timer. But in the meantime, I've got a timer on my phone and I'm switching the slot on and off. But what I do is I just open the this valve here, and I'll show you how I do that. So I've got this splitter, so this goes to that goes to the side garden over there, to that side garden, and then this one is going to the back. So then I just open it because I don't want to have it. There we go. See, it leaks over there quite a bit, but then I just shove the bucket in. Okay, now if we go and see what it looks like, I mean, that's a lot of leaking, so I've got to sort that out. But if I look at the lines now, they are properly full. But look at this. I mean, it's within seconds. It's already at the end of over here, and then and I'll show you what it looks like in those beds where it wouldn't reach. So look at this. It's coming here now, and it is dripping nicely. See, look at that. And then also on this side of the garden, it is dripping. It's coming up here now. There we go, here by the ducks. Look, I mean, I'm getting a certain amount of leaks at my connections, but I don't really mind, because in my next video I'll show you what I mean by pulse irrigation. There we go, it's dripping, and that's what I want. That's it. I'm so pleased. It is now working.